first graders, it's me, Mr. O'Connell, and thank you for tuning in today. I'm here with the principal of Heron Pond, Mr. Saunders, and we're going to be talking today a little bit about his school, Heron Pond. And I know a lot of you are very excited to become second graders, but I also know some of you are kind of nervous about this change and going to a new school. And this week you've all been sending me questions about Heron Pond, and Mr. Saunders is going to take some of his time today to maybe answer some of these questions that you have. So thank you, Mr. Saunders, for being here.
Anytime.
And are you ready for some really tough questions?
I hope I have the answers.
All right. Well, one of our first graders, Cameron, wants to know, is Heron Pond going to be huge?
The answer to that is yes, absolutely. In comparison to Jocks, it is very big. But the good news is second graders are all going to be together in one area of the building. So you're not going to be asked to go all the way to the other end of the building or upstairs or somewhere else that you wouldn't be comfortable without going with a teacher. So nothing to worry about there. But the building is very big compared to Jocks.
Cameron also wants to know, what happens if he were to get lost?
If you get lost, it's pretty easy. You just find any grown-up and ask them how to get where you need to be, or tell them where you're supposed to be, and they will either walk you there or help you get to where you need to be. There are, because the building's so big, there are a lot of staff members. We have over 100 grown-ups here in the building, so you're bound to find someone anywhere you go that you can ask, and they're all very nice and all very helpful, and they'll get you where you need to be.
Sounds a lot like Jocks. What does the playground look like?
The playground at Heron Pond is actually pretty fantastic, and in this video you're going to get to see actually some shots of what it looks like. I think that we're going to fly a drone out there and let you guys get a good shot of what the playground looks like. In addition to the playground out back, we have 2 basketball courts here at Heron Pond School, and we have a whole recess cart of stuff that goes out, and there's a whole big field. We've got a kickball field, and we've got a hill that some of the second graders get to use for sledding in the wintertime. There's plenty for you guys to do outside. You're really going to love it here. There's plenty of room for you guys and lots to do out there.
We have a sledding hill at Jocks, and it's a lot of fun as well.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So one of my other first graders, Isla, wants to know if the second grade classrooms are upstairs or are they downstairs?
It's a great question. I can tell you that all of the second grade classrooms are downstairs. The only time you might ever go upstairs is we have 2 art teachers and 2 music teachers, and depending which teacher you get for art or for music, you may go upstairs for those specials. But when you do go there, your teacher would walk you there and your teacher would pick you up, so you don't have to worry about finding your way by yourself.
Here's a really important question, Mr. Saunders. The first graders want to know. This is from Kaylin Malley, and she wants to know, are they going to serve pizza there at Heron Pond on Friday or another day?
Typically, pizza day is Friday, but we do have, sometimes if there's a day off or a release, sometimes we change those schedules around, but we send menus home every month, and the menus are posted on the website. So if you're ever concerned about when pizza day is, you can ask your teacher, or you can look online and find it if you don't have your paper menu at home.
Great. I love pizza. Do you like pizza?
Pizza's probably my favorite food.
I love pizza. Dominic Rotondi wants to know, do they have recess at Heron Pond?
Absolutely, we have recess. And when you first come to Heron Pond, the first few days of recess, your teachers will bring you outside. They will show you where things are located. They will explain some of the rules for outside on the playground, some of the rules for the different areas, such as how do we line up, where do we line up, how long is recess, and they'll show you where you go when you go outside, where you'll come from, where you'll go to at the end, where to find all the equipment, the things you might want to play with when you're outside, and they will walk you through all of that stuff right away on the very first day. And throughout the first couple of weeks, if you have questions, again, like everything else, just ask a grown-up, and they can tell you how or what you should be doing.
Mr. Saunders, my friend Sydney in first grade, she has a couple of questions for you. Who is the nicest second grade teacher?
The nicest second grade teacher has to be, it's pretty much all of them. I don't think that you can go wrong. I think any classroom you end up in second grade, you're going to be more than happy with your teacher. They're all very sweet, very kind. They're going to be super helpful to you. They're going to teach you a ton of stuff. They're going to pick up right up where you left off at Jocks and teach you a whole bunch of new things that second graders are all going to have to learn, and you'll be in it with all of your friends and you'll all figure it out together.
All right, here's another really important question from Sydney. Is there homework in second grade?
There is homework. Yeah, I think that if you haven't had much of it before, you will have some. It's not a crazy amount. I don't think you have to worry about it and freak out about it. I don't know that you have homework every day, and I think the homework assignments are pretty simple, that you'll be able to do most of them on your own, and they won't take too much time to get done.
My first grade friend McKenna would like to know, will she have any of her friends from first grade in her second grade classroom?
So that's a great question, and I would say it's likely that you're going to have some students from your current class with you, so there'll be faces you know, and the classes get mixed up, as you know, and we're going to have 8 second grade classes next year, so you'll be with kids that you might have had in first grade class or maybe in kindergarten, and you're going to have an opportunity to meet a whole bunch of new students that you might know from your grade but have never had in your classroom. So I think everyone gets kind of mixed together, so you may have some of your friends, and if they're not in your class, you'll still see them at recess and in the lunchroom and on the bus if you ride the same bus.
I always like the opportunity to make new friends, and that's great. Kaylin Malley wants to know, am I going to know anyone there at Heron Pond?
I could tell you one person that all of you first graders will know when you come to second grade is Mrs. Bigelow, who you all had for PE class. So all of you got to have her for PE, and she's one of the PE teachers here at Heron Pond, so you'll have that familiar face. If you were at Jocks for kindergarten, you will also remember Mrs. Koval from the library, that she was a librarian over at Jocks when you were in kindergarten, and she's our librarian here at Heron Pond. So there are a couple of familiar faces there. And then you may see some other staff members that you recognize that will be coming to join us at Heron Pond. But from this video, you'll at least know who I am, right? And occasionally Mr. O'Connell's lucky enough to come visit us here at Heron Pond, so you'll get to see him and Miss Brigagliano pop in now and again. And sometimes they have meetings in our school, and so you'll get to see their faces every once in a while.
I can't wait to see my first graders as second graders. I'll definitely take that opportunity to come visit you and my second grade friends.
Fantastic.
All right, my last question for you, Mr. Saunders, comes from Seth Kohler, and he wants to know, will there be any multiplication equations?
It's very likely that there at some point will be some multiplication equations for you to do. I think you may get some in second grade, but you will definitely have a lot of multiplication equations come third grade. And those will be things that you'll have to practice in fourth grade and fifth grade and going on after that. But I think you can safely anticipate that there will be some multiplication equations for you to do.
Mr. Saunders, thank you for your time. All the first graders had a lot of questions for you, and I want to thank you for taking the time to answer all of them.
I want to thank the first graders for writing the questions for me. That's great.
I'm sure they'll have more questions for you on the first day of school here at Heron Pond, but I want to thank you. I'm very proud of my first graders, and I know they're going to make great second grade students.
That's all we could hope for. And I'm sure they're going to have a great time here at Heron Pond School. We can't wait to get you guys here.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Jepson. I've been teaching in Milford for about 28 years. I enjoy walking and reading, and I'm very excited to meet you next year. Looking forward to it.
Hi boys and girls, I'm Mrs. Mallard, and I'm lucky enough to live by a lake. I can't wait to meet you and learn and grow next year together in second grade. Bye!
Everyone, it's Mrs. Maurais. I'm looking forward for all of you to come up to Heron Pond for second grade. I hope you're excited because I sure am. I hope that you have an amazing summer.
Hi boys and girls, my name is Mrs. Mitchell. I teach second grade at Heron Pond, and I'm just here to introduce myself to you. I hope I'm lucky enough to teach you next fall, but if not, you will see me on the playground and in the lunchroom. I want to tell you about my puppies. This is Molly, who is a puggle, so she's half pug and half beagle, and this is Minnie, who is a pug. They're 2 years old. They're both girls, and I have lots of pictures all over my classroom of them. So you will hear a lot about them when you are in second grade. I hope you have a great summer and get lots of rest and lots of exercise and stay healthy. See you in the fall.
Hi incoming second graders, I'm Miss Oldenburg and I'm so excited to meet you all. This will be my second year at Heron Pond and my first year in second grade. I hope you have a great summer and I cannot wait to see you in the fall.
Hi first graders, my name is Mrs. Russell and I'm a second grade teacher at Heron Pond. I can't wait to meet you next year. Have a great summer.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lowell. I'm very excited that you'll be coming to second grade next year, or in the fall. I think second grade should be interesting, challenging, and fun. I do love teaching second grade. On the first day of school, you're going to learn the importance of a pinwheel, of a balloon, and of course, bubbles. All of these are super important in getting us through our school day, and we'll learn all about it when you join us in second grade. Have a great summer. See you in the fall.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Williamson. I have been teaching for 32 years. I am so excited to meet all of you. I hope that you have a fun summer. Welcome to second grade.